Hey guys, beautiful day out here today. Just take a look at all of this. Went walking earlier with the family. We went on a little stroll down a trail. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of talk about some things that are going on in life right now. Last night I had a little coming to Jesus moment with my kid. James is not typically the one that I have tiffs with, but we did last night. Saturdays has kind of become family movie night. We are making a movie theater room downstairs, and we've built a platform, and we have a projecting TV, and we have sconces and a popcorn machine, and this thing, it's just super duper cool. And it's definitely like the family hangout. And we invite David's family over on Saturday nights. And we've done this for the last 3 weeks. I don't guess it's a tradition yet. But if you can come, you come. If you can't, you can't. But whatever. We've been having a super duper blast. But was talking to Jay. And Jay had to sit down. Which is not a big thing. But anyway. I was asking him to pass me some trail mix that was over there. And if anybody knows Jay, a lot of times I don't think he does this out in public or in school. When I ask him to do something, he huffs and acts like he's exasperated that I've dared to ask him to do stuff. So I started into my little lecture because the whole day yesterday, these kids just acted like they could not be bothered with me. And I understand that they're teenagers. And teenagers go through that. And I was not a pleasant teenager myself with my parents, so I get it. But I'm lecturing them. I'm like, every time you do that, that's just incredibly rude. And James cannot be wrong. And I think it's more so here at home with me or his dad. Like, he's got to get that last word in. And he's been like that forever. So he's da-da-da-da. No, listen, I'm trying to tell you da-da-da-da. Okay? James, da-da-da-da. Okay, you know what? I'm not doing this. Go to your room. So he gets up and he goes. He does listen. I'm like, and you can come back down when you're ready to listen and have a rational conversation. And out of nowhere, he goes, well, that'll be never. And my husband literally froze in the other room. I could hear him freeze. My sister-in-law about choked on her popcorn, trying not to laugh because as rude as that was, Jay's a funny kid. I mean, he's funny and it's hard not to laugh at him. But that's not a typical thing that I get from him. So he stomped off and I got up because that doesn't fly. So he had already tropped upstairs and I called him back and I'm like, I want your phone and the power cord to your computer because, guys, I hit these kids where it hurts. And for James Price, that means his electronics. So I took them. So he went and gave me all the stuff and he came back downstairs a little bit later and was trying to do chores. I'm like, why are you down here doing chores? Can I do chores? No, you can't do chores. You can go upstairs and do chores, but not down here with us. You can go upstairs and cook yourself some food and go to bed because that was the most rude that I think you've ever been to me in a while, and I didn't appreciate it. So anyway, he went back upstairs, did some things. This morning, when he got up, he came into our room, and the first thing he said is, Mom, I apologize for the way I acted last night. It was very disrespectful of me and I'm sorry. I did not cue that. His dad did not cue that. He did that on his own. So as frustrated as what he made me last night, I'm doing something right there because he knew it wasn't okay. And it takes a lot for me to be like, okay, no, we're done. We're not having this conversation anymore. And I need you to walk away from me because I'm getting angry and I don't want to be angry at you and I don't want to yell at you because that just it doesn't accomplish anything. And Jay's one, like, he really doesn't care if you yell at him. But in my conversation with him, I told him that I had been really, really disappointed in him. And I think that is what hits him hardest. So that was good. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him that he realizes that he messed up and he came and apologized. And I mean, I'm doing something right. So he's a good kid. So another thing, during this week, I've had, work is good. Work is good, but things in my life are going to be changing drastically, as far as work's concerned. And it's, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I'm going to have to just kind of wait and see what's in store for me. I've contemplated doing a couple different things with my career, and not like changing careers, but in addition to my career. But we'll just have to see how things go. That's definitely a stressor for me. But last thing I was going to talk about, so David and I, in the trials of trying to figure out how to talk to each other again and improve our relationship, I've bought a couple cards to like help conversations. And I'm going to read a couple of these because some of them are funny. Some of them are like, I don't know how to answer that question. But we always, 2 or 3 times a week, we sit down and do these couple of cards. And I'm almost through this pack of couple cards. I'm going to have to find a different set and try to figure that out. But anyway, what's the best compliment you've ever received? Couple things. And you have to try to answer this for each other sometimes, and then other times you answer for yourself. So for me, one of the best compliments, Olivia says I'm the cool mom, and all her friends like me and they are able to talk to me. So that was pretty cool. Patience. I had a patient write something about getting people through the dumpster fire that is this pandemic, and still making people smile throughout it. And that was very touching. Lots of patient ones. I'm trying to think here. David said something about he likes how I care for others. Jay compliments me all the time, so I don't know that I have a favorite one for him. What are you too hard on yourself for? I'm really hard on myself. If anybody knows me on a personal level, I'm horribly hard on myself, and I always have been. I've always set that standard that I could do stuff better than what I do, and I come down on myself really hard. I think that plays a part in my depression and my anxiety. But definitely right now, I would say exercising, weight has always been something that I'm hard on myself about. Anytime I do something, I want to be perfect at it. I'm a horrible perfectionist. And when I'm not perfect, I kick myself about it. And I actually talk about this quite a lot in my therapy session. So, noted. I'm working on it. Which of my body parts is your favorite? Well, we all know David Price said boobs. Yeah, that's a given. What 3 objects that you own do you value the most? Now, this one made me laugh out loud because I'm thinking of this one. And I'm thinking, okay, 3 things that I value most. I have a sign from my dad's business. My wedding ring, the kids. They're not objects, but I have a couple pieces of jewelry of my mom. Do you all want to know what David Price said on this card that says, what 3 objects that you own do you value most? It wasn't his wedding ring. It wasn't like anything emotionally set. David Price said the drive. The drive. And that's our computer drive that he keeps all our movies on. And his reasoning behind this was, if that went wrong, that would be so many hours to restore that he doesn't have time to fool with. So nothing to do with his wife or his kids, but the computer drive is what David Price values the most. But anyway, if you're having trouble communicating with your spouse, these are pretty fun. And some people might think this is stupid and just ridiculous, but a big thing, David and I have been together for 20 years. We've been married 17 of that. We've got 2 kids. We have very demanding jobs. And I've talked about a lot. Sometimes you just lose track of each other. And this has been a time in our life that we have tried to relearn each other. But anyway, this card game is called Our Moments Couples, and I just ordered it off of Amazon. But it's a stack of cards. It's probably about that thick. But it's been fun. It's been fun. I would, we sit down for 20 minutes, go through 3 or 4 of these cards, and it brings up other conversations too. So anyway, really liked it. So I hope this little video made sense, but there was just some things that I was thinking about. So anyway, I hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend. If you have not been outside today, and it looks like what it does here in Kentucky, do so. Get amongst the nature. It is gorgeous out here. We went to the Camry Trail over at Toyota. My husband works for Toyota, so we went over there and walked the trails, and a lot of the cherry blossom trees are in bloom, and it is just gorgeous. And I know I drive the kids nuts when we go walking, because I stop about every minute or so to look at trees, wildlife, and plants, because I'm just fascinated by trees. I think they're really cool. I like to look at trees and nature and stuff like that. So anyway, get amongst the nature. It's gorgeous out. You all take care. I hope everybody is happy and healthy. Have a good weekend. Happy Easter.